How to make the pain stop. Please make it stop. Make it stop. Let me help you. Let me help you, okay? This is how to make the main pain stop. Okay, so what is pain? There's two kinds of pain. There's only two kinds of pain: physical pain and mental pain. Physical pain and mental pain, okay? Pain starts in the body. All pain, both physical, mental, starts in the body. Mental, our head is in here. Pain starts in the body, okay? Someone punched me. Someone spoke bad about me. I did something bad to myself. I did something. Oh, I'm in pain, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's still physical because someone punched you, physical. Someone spoke bad about me, okay. Now you're thinking about the fact that someone spoke bad about you, mental, in your head, in your brain. Still starts in the body. Oh, I did something to myself. Okay, again, mental, still starts in the body. So, how do we make the pain stop? Pretty self explanatory, yet let me just explain it to you. Since I know we forget. We stop focusing on it. We stop thinking about it. We stop thinking and focusing on it. And I know, easier said than done, way easier said than done. Flora, how could you say that you're not disabled? Okay? You're not disabled. How could you say, "Oh, just stop thinking about it, stop focusing on it." You don't know the pain that I experience every single day. You don't know. You don't know. Well, look, I don't know. You're right. I don't know. I don't know. What I'm saying is literally just what worked for me. It's what works for me, and it's what I've learned in all my trainings and all my things, okay? So take it or leave it. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. I'm just a yoga teacher, death doula, like meditator, like Vipassana meditator. I am not, you don't have to listen to me, okay? But you are. So it's either you continue or you exit out of this video. Go ahead. When we choose to focus on the pain, we are putting all of our attention on it, right? Because we want it to stop or we don't like it. But when we say, I don't like this, I want it to stop, then we are creating an attachment to it because we are having this aversion to it. We're creating that attachment to it. I don't like it. That's an attachment. I don't like it. I want it to stop. That's an attachment. And so when it doesn't stop, we are still left in pain. We're still left struggling in that pain. We're still left hurting because we are trying to control something that we know that we can't. Whether we're in physical pain or not is something that most of the time we cannot control. If we're experiencing pain, we can't control it. But when we say, I want it to stop, I don't like it, we're adding an attachment to something that we can't control. So that's creating even more pain. It's creating even more pain. And when we're focusing on that pain, we're not only feeling the physical pain of it, we're making it a mental pain. If something's hurting in our body, my knee is hurting, that's a physical pain. But in my head, if I keep thinking my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting, now that physical pain is also a mental pain. So we're doubling it. We're doubling the pain to make it physical and both mental. Imagine if we stopped thinking about it and we stopped thinking about it, we stopped having it in our head so it stops being a mental pain. The pain has automatically lessened. It's lessened 50% because now it's just a physical pain and it's no longer a mental pain. And I know it's easier said than done because, hello, something's hurting. How am I not going to think about it hurting? If something in my body is hurting, how am I supposed to take my mind away from it? Well, for one, willpower. For two, it's a lot easier said than done. I know. But I'm just letting you know that oftentimes we ourselves are putting ourselves in more pain. We're doubling the pain once we focus on it and once we make it a mental pain. So nobody's saying ignore the pain. Nobody's like, I'm not saying ignore the pain, pretend it's not there. That's not what I'm saying. Don't ignore it because also ignoring it is also avoiding it. or trying to ignore it is again trying to control the experience that we're having. So nobody's saying ignore it, because that's once again kind of like, I don't like it, so I'm gonna just ignore it. No, nobody's saying that. You must feel it. You must feel it, and you must experience that physical pain that we're having. We're just gonna talk about physical pain first. Feel it, experience it. Feel it for a bit, experience it, and then move on. Move on. Okay, let's say again, my knee is hurting. I'm gonna feel it, I'm gonna experience it. Okay, it's hurting in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let me move on. Let me think about how my other knee is feeling. Let me think about how my shoulders are feeling, my neck, my arms, my everything. Let me move on from this knee pain and think about other things. Because the thing is, the pain is always temporary. It's always temporary. Even at the end of your life, you could be on your deathbed dying and be in so much pain so often. And even then, the pain is temporary. Even then, you could be in so much pain, and then eventually the pain will stop. Eventually, you will not be in that pain, even if it's just temporary, even if it's just for a moment, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like even if it's just for a moment, it's still temporary and it will still stop. So once you feel the pain and then move on from the pain, experience like other things, you move through it, you continue your life, you keep moving through that pain without focusing on it, the pain will pass. It will always pass. It will always pass. And once it passes, then you're able to confront that pain. Now, this is both physical and mental pain. Okay, we were taking the physical example of like physically my knee is hurting, but now also mental pain. Stop focusing on it. Oh, somebody's talking bad about me behind my back. Yeah, that hurts for sure. It hurts up here. But let me move on from it. Let me feel that hurt for a bit, allow myself to feel that hurt, and then let me move on from it. Focus on other things. The pain will go away. It will subside. It will move because I'm moving through it. I'm moving through the pain, so the pain will change. It will move once I let it go. But if you stay there, if you stay with that knee pain hurting, then it will hurt more. It will hurt longer. It will hurt for longer, and it will hurt more because you've made it a mental pain as well. So it will hurt for longer because you're focusing on it. If you keep thinking my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting, now you're affirming that for yourself. And we know how powerful the brain is. We know that affirmations are real. We know that affirmations are real, and yet we continue to multiply our pain by thinking my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting, my knee is hurting. Soon, girl, how's that knee gonna stop hurting if you keep repeating that to yourself in your head? You're manifesting it. And the opposite is also true, because mental pain can also create physical pain. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Mental pain can absolutely 100% create its own physical pain. Which is why we need to move through it. We need to move through it. We need to keep moving and stop focusing on that pain. Allow ourselves to experience it for what it is and then stop focusing on it. And once that pain passes, because it always will, because everything is temporary, impermanence, anicca, everything is temporary. So once that pain passes, which it will, then and only then are we actually able to truly confront it. What does it mean to truly confront pain, our pain? It means to really think like, what made it that way? What happened to make it that way? What expectation did I have that I didn't receive? Because one of the other things that creates pain or a disappointment is when we have an expectation. My knee is paining, but the reason why I'm upset that my knee is paining is because I expected it not to pain. I expected it not to pain, and so because it is paining, it's even more hurtful. I expected my back not to hurt, and because it's hurting, it's even more hurtful. I expected this person to treat me in this way, to treat me with respect. I expected this person to respect me, and because they did not respect me, and because I had that expectation, that's what hurt. If I didn't expect anyone to respect me, then people disrespecting me wouldn't hurt me. But because I have expectation from other people that they will treat me in one way or the other, when they do not fulfill my expectation, that's when I'm in pain. But that's my own responsibility. I'm the one that put that expectation there. Nobody put that expectation onto me. I am the one that created that expectation for myself. And because that expectation was not fulfilled, that is why I'm in pain now. I expected you to be nice to me, and because you were mean, now I'm hurting. But if I didn't expect that from you, then you being mean wouldn't impact me. You being mean wouldn't hurt me because I didn't expect you to be nice. And this isn't victim blaming, okay? This isn't us putting the blame on ourselves or the victimhood on ourselves. No. It's just a very real fact of, like, it's a matter of fact. It's a matter of fact that I can only feel disappointment if I had an expectation. This isn't to say that I don't deserve respect or I don't deserve kindness, but this is just to say, why did I have that expectation in the first place? Because that expectation is why I am now disappointed, why I am now in pain. So this is what I mean by confronting. Okay, there's nothing wrong to have expectations of life or of people or whatever, but when you do have an expectation, you're opening yourself up to be hurt, to be in pain. Every time you have an expectation, you're opening yourself up to be hurt and disappointed. And so you're allowed to have your own expectations of life. I'm not here to tell you not to expect anything. I'm not here to tell you, and you wouldn't listen to me anyways. But at least be aware, at least have that own self-awareness of, if I am expecting something, then I'm opening myself to be hurt and be disappointed. And maybe that's something that's completely okay from you, but at least you should be honest. You should at least have that honesty for yourself, with yourself. Have that honesty with yourself. Have that realistic honesty. Everyone wants to be a realist until it's time to be a realist. And then it's, oh, well, you know what I mean? No, like, be honest with yourself about your own expectations and how you're opening yourself up to be disappointed every time you have an expectation. Be honest. And so, how do you confront your feelings and really confront it? It's, what expectation did I have that I didn't receive that is resulting in me experiencing this pain? Why did I expect things to be different? Maybe I had a completely valid, I expected this person to respect me because we've been friends for this many years, and I expected my knee not to hurt because I'm a super fit person, and why did I expect it? That's okay. It's okay to have expectations. It's just why? Why did I have that expectation? Have that conversation with yourself. You're in pain, might as well have that conversation with yourself. Who else is going to sit there and ask you all these questions? Nobody. Where was the logic? Where was my logic in the situation? Where was it? Was it nearby? Was it far? Where was it? And where's the truth? Where's the truth of the matter? Where is the truth in the situation? Ask ourselves all these questions, really confront ourselves for this pain, but take our time to confront ourselves, because if we are confronting ourselves while we're having the pain, imagine how messy it would be. Oh my God, my knee is hurting. Why did I expect my knee not to hurt? Oh, you disrespected me. I'm angry that you disrespected me. Why did I expect this? Why did I, blah, blah, blah. No, that's a mess. No. we can only really confront ourselves in the best way when we're no longer experiencing that pain. When our knee is no longer hurting, when we're no longer angry or upset that somebody disrespected us, like that is the actual best time that we can confront ourselves, when we're no longer experiencing that pain. Because if you think about it, pain, it creates like a subjective attitude, because I'm the one experiencing this pain. I am hurt. I am hurt and in pain. Me, me, me. If we're going to be the most honest with ourselves, we need to take our time. We can only be so honest when we're no longer experiencing that extreme sensation, that extreme feeling, emotion, sensation. When that has passed, when that extreme sensation is over and past, then we can be super real and honest with ourselves about all those answers to all those questions. So it's best that we take our time to confront ourselves, not confronting while we're experiencing that huge feeling, that huge sensation. No, take your time. 1, 2 weeks, 10 days is a really good sweet spot of like how we can confront ourselves, not just with these big feelings and emotions, but even in our own behavior of why did I do that? Why did I behave in a certain way? Why did I do that? Why did I you know, do make these actions, make these decisions. We can only really confront ourselves honestly when we take our sweet time doing so, about 1 to 2 weeks. Like if it's a particularly puzzling situation, we deserve to take our time to confront it when we're no longer experiencing that pain, if it's possible. Sometimes it's not possible. But if it's possible, then it's better to only confront ourselves when we're no longer in that pain. If we're not feeling that pain, we're not feeling that attachment, then we can be even more honest with ourselves, which is what we want, right? Physical pain is more like matter of fact, it's either here or it's not. It's like more, matter of fact. Mental pain is a bit more tricky because we can be re-triggering ourselves, if we didn't really fully feel and process whatever emotions or pain that we're experiencing mentally, then it can be really sticky because we can be re-triggering ourselves and we can be like watering our pain every time that we think about it. And it can be really hard, but we need to also understand that our mental pain is also our responsibility. It's our responsibility for what we choose to water or not. It's our responsibility for what we give our energy and attention to or not. Because again, thoughts exist in the head. We can choose to give attention to wherever we want. Okay, so it's like a plant, and we can choose what to water, which plants that we want to water. Do we want to water anger? Do we want to water frustration? Do we want to water jealousy? Or do we want to water love, acceptance, peace? Like, we choose where we put our energy, we choose what plants we want to water. And so mental pain is really one of those things. It's really one of those things. And so, like, how do we make the pain stop? Not necessarily by ignoring it, but by not focusing it and not giving importance to it. Because it's like, yes, pain, like, it's a big part of life, but it's also like not that important. Because at the end of the day, we're still alive, we're still surviving, we're still living, we're still breathing. And so like, yeah, it can be a big part of life, but it's not that important. And when we give more importance to it than it needs, we're just multiplying the pain. We're just prolonging it, making it bigger, making it, it's just not necessary to do all that. So yeah, that's what I think at least. Let me know if